Hello, welcome to my channel, February 4th, 2024. 2424. And I have a few concerns that I want to bring up that maybe some other people might want to think about. And since they've closed the Texas border, and everybody's going there to close that off, which I think is good. But we need to remember Texas is a Republican state, and they were busing people to specific places, you know, the shelter in New York, the shelter in Chicago, the shelter in Denver. But so now that all that's closed, all of these immigrants, and I believe there's still that big group of 15,000 people or something that are heading up. Well, they're just going to be all diverted over to Arizona and New Mexico. I feel like this is to take over the West Coast. They're going to funnel them all up over to California. And in California, they're not going to bus them all to a specific place that I've heard of. I haven't heard of any NGO things there. I don't know if they are, renting all the motel rooms in California for them. I don't know. I haven't heard. That's why I'm wishing somebody that does these videos and is following this stuff, that's actually there, boots on the ground. JLR is doing a great job, but I don't think he's in California anymore. He's back in Texas. And so my prediction, my psychic, all of these people are going to be coming up through California because California has offered them free health care. And where are they going to go? I imagine they're going to pay for their motels for a while, but are they going to shut down motels for a whole year or two to give these people a place to live? I don't know. Maybe. A lot of tourists go to California. Tourism in these other states is, it's just gone in the toilet between not having the motels and then having to deal with all the extra stuff that's going on with the migrants and, they're moving around. And I don't have anything against migrants. Some of my favorite YouTube channels have been watching ethnic people in their countries living the lives that their grandparents have lived. If my grandma lady from the Dora channel ends up in America, well, I would probably just have to take her in because I love her. I'm trying to make light of a very serious situation. Our parks on the West Coast are already full of homeless people. There's streets full of tents, the parks full of tents, homeless, drug addicted, mentally ill. They're all living out on the streets and nobody's gotten a motel for them. Why is that? Why can an illegal person from another country break in here and they get the red carpet treatment? Where is it? New York's going to be giving them $1,000 debit cards every month. And then I hear stories in Oregon, parents of severely special needs children are having to fight so they can be paid to stay home and take care of their kids. And, they're not being leeches. We're talking about people that have gone to college for a career. But once you have a special needs child, your priorities in life change. And the state here has no problem paying any Tom, Dick, and Harry to come pay for your kid so you can go to work. Why not just pay the parents? The doctors are the ones that have created the environment where people live, with a lot more things than they used to. There needs to be something put in place that the parents of these children, can survive and not have to work. And I also seen that Hochul over there in New York. She wants to give the migrants the early work permits. The first people she offers up for them to work for is developmentally disabled special needs people. No, that's a no, Hochul. That is an absolute no. People who have, special needs, they're on medications. You have to be able to talk to doctors, to therapists, communicate effectively with emergency rooms, lots of phone calls. That is a horrible idea. You cannot throw special needs people under the bus. It's very serious. It's very serious. Back to the West Coast situation. I think at this point, people really, really need to be prepared to bug in. All of these migrants are going to be coming up I-5. They're going to need resources. And, you know, at least in the other states, they have a place for them to go. And I have not heard that here. And I'm worried for the future for all of us. What if the false flag was figuring all the immigrants, the illegal migrants, not legal, not the ones that have come here and done it the right way. If I was one of them, I'd be heck pissed. Go through everything all like that to become a citizen, and then see other people just walk in and get it handed to them. They are dividing every single group in our country they can. The blacks against the whites, the special needs against the ableists. You've got, you know, men against women, children to hate their parents. All of this is a conquer and divide to take over our country, and we've made it so easy for them. I don't know. Not a lot of people are watching my videos. Someday in the future, I will say, I wish more people had paid attention. I don't know. They've got people working their asses off so much just to even to afford a place to live. And a lot of the homeless people are because they can't afford rent. It's all being done by design. It took me a long time to realize this and recognize it. Oh, it's so clear to me now. It's so clear to me now how I was brainwashed for so long. You want to be accepting, you know, you don't want people to suffer, but they're using that against us. They're using that as a weapon against American citizens to make us feel bad for not wanting to take in the migrants. You know, if all of our homeless people had a place to live and our parks were not full of tents and drug addicts on the West Coast, then I think that people would be like, yes, we would love to help other people. You know, geez, we donate to Red Cross, UNICEF, all these places. And I don't see where they've done anything to make anything better around the world. It's definitely not getting better in the United States because all of these countries where all of these NGOs have been helping has just caused those people to want to come to our country. Something's wrong. Why? Why, if all those charities are doing such good work, why are people piling into the United States? Because maybe they're all in undercover for the powers that be that want to take things over. Get all your NGOs into place, you know, get the world, you know, saying how wonderful they are. And then, boom, open up migration. There's actually an organization for immigration. The immigration like we're seeing. And then I don't know if you've watched Brett Weinstein and his Chinese. He's talking about the secret Chinese camps. And then Brett Kavanaugh over in the UK. He had the experience with the don't touch her guy. And I've been reading, and I've been watching some new things, some new conspiracy theories. One of them is called Satan's Little Time, something like that. A couple of years ago, I seen a video of a lady, and I keep hoping it'll pop back up, and she was talking about the dates on all of our ancient stuff being incorrect. Well, this Satan's Little Time thing, whatever, they're saying that Jesus already came 1,000 years ago, and we're living in the tribulation now. I don't know. I'm reading the Vonage manuscript. I follow David Icke. Oh, I have a new guy I'm going to do a video about. Quite interesting. And, sometimes I wonder, are we the aliens? Are they the aliens? I just can't understand what end humanity, what end are we, or what are we striving for as a human group, no matter where you live in the world? Because they're trying to brainwash us into thinking that those are not things we should want. We should not want to parent our own children. We should not care if the children get sex changes. We should be okay with opening up our borders when the people in America are having a really hard time getting by themselves. We're going to be the new third world country. On some of these videos of the homeless places, that's what it looks like. And then, I think back to Geraldo Rivera back in the 80s, doing the 2020 segments about the mental institutions and how horrible they are. And the people are sitting around with no clothes on, leaned against the wall, just looking like Kensington Street, but inside of a building. And all I see is that in the late 70s, the Chinese made their rule, only one child. Then in the early 80s, mid 80s, they made the rule in America. If you're a single mother of children, if you have a baby, you have to go back to work 6 weeks. When that baby's 6 weeks old, they started separating the children from the parents then. And then in the early 90s, Ellen DeGeneres show. Her show was so good. And then she came out. And that was fine. But then every single show was about that. And I thought it was weird. So they've been slowly, like the frog in the pot, seeing how much we'll accept. How much will they accept? Will they accept gay people? Okay, cool. Will they accept drugging kindergartners with brain drugs? Heck, they didn't have a problem with that. I wonder what else we could do. Oh, sex change the kids? They don't care. Sex change them all. What else can we do? These people are really stupid. I know. We'll have people from other countries go live in their countries where they've already got their streets and their parks full of homeless, drug addict, and mentally ill people. We'll see if that'll make them mad. No, Chicago, the mayor of Chicago, the mayor of New York, the mayor of Denver. Come on in. We got plenty to share. Come on in. And I don't know what it'll take. We're idiots. I admit it. I was blind to a lot of this stuff, but nobody should be blind now. It's right there. It's out in the open. They've seen that we're so stupid. They don't even care. They don't even care. They've convinced, I see a lot of elderly people working at the NGOs. And I know those elderly people think that they're doing a good thing. It's a good thing to want to help people. But you can't help people at the expense of your own people. That's the way the world works. That's why tribalism will never go away. I watch the Black Hebrew Israelite channel. They want our complete race gone. They can say anything they want about white people. And by the sword. They can do all that stuff. I could not make me a white ladies awareness channel and talking about eliminating their, genetics. I don't know. So now I'm walking around wondering, well, which black person is the Black Hebrew Israelite? There's no way to tell the difference. That's why they want us all the same. Equality. So we won't know who's against us. Why do they want everybody to be the same? As I've been growing up, diversity. Well, equality and diversity. So they want everybody equal, but everybody different. I never even thought about that till just now. All of this stuff is mind games. Mind games from MK Ultra. They're still going on. And just look around. And if you're on the West Coast, watch your back. Lock your car when you're driving. They'll, you don't know. You could get your car, hijacked. They could do something, they could all make a plan along I-5. Super Bowl's coming up. We're in a very, very dangerous position here in the United States, and I do not feel like our leaders are stepping up and telling us that we are safe and we will be safe and they're here for our protection. No, I feel everything for all of the illegal migrants coming up. All the care, all the concern, all the money, all is being given to them. And those poor people, what are they going to do? What are they going to do when we're out of money and it's in the streets? At least we're in our home field. We have the benefit of that. Putting families out in the streets in tents, mothers with children, when you told them to come here. NGOs, save the children. I think you better step up and save the children, because the American taxpayer, it's not our job. We didn't bring them here. You did. You saved them.